hear it. So.
Okay.
Welcome and thank you everyone for joining us live with Tristan and Ruben with Bug in the Box. So thank you for being here this evening and taking us through your artwork and your space that you have there in Houston. So Ruben and Tristan, they come from a family of etymologists and artists.
Yeah.
They have a great foundation inspiration for their work, and so growing up with art, nature, insects, and travel made them appreciate the diversity the earth and the world has to offer. So at this point, Ruben and Tristan, what I'll do is hand it over to you, and you can just take us through your space and talk
All right.
about your work.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Tristan. This is
Ruben.
Ruben. We're the creators and owners of Bug in the Box. We have been in business for 6 years now. We preserve mountain frame insects from all over the world and put them in a more luxury setting.
We do shows all around Houston. You can find here. We have our studio in the Silos at Sawyer and Edward Street. Usually, when it's open, it's we're here every Tuesdays and Thursdays. But now we're closed till we reopen
Yeah,
whenever.
but we open after all this. So we hope everyone is staying safe and okay through this whole dilemma that we're going through right now. If you have Instagram, if you please can follow us at Bug in the Box. Please add to our followers. We love to see our people react to our stuff and how they respond to it. Um,
Yeah. So, well, we started our business around 6 years ago. I started since I was a kid. My mom, she was an entomologist, so she would take me and my family go around to trips to like jungles. We'd go visit and like we'd catch our own specimens and like have them as pets or do displays and stuff like that. And that's how I grew up with a love of insects. And then I met Tristan, and he liked insects too. So
yeah, I grew up with frogs, dogs, snakes, birds, fish. I mean, I had it all. I mean, nature is just beautiful, and having these exotic animals and and animals in general is just a great feeling, and we absolutely loved it. So we met 6 years ago through Facebook and went on a couple dates, and from ever then been inseparable and have created a business. At first, we started growing exotic orchids, what are called cataleas. So that was really what we're into was flowers in the beginning and fish. Oh my God, we loved fish, breeding fish, having tropical fish, creating tanks, the landscapes. It was beautiful. And from there, we made sales, and it grew from there. And then we insects. We just
like I said, I used to do this since I was little. So me and him did our own boxes and our own displays for the house, and we actually started doing it more like how we do them now, because we were trying to get gifts for the family. So we did a couple of these boxes for his mom, and she saw them and she loved them, and she was like, "Oh my God, y'all should like do this as a business."
Yeah, my whole family loved it, and I have posted a picture on my Facebook and Instagram, and I had friends and family, contacting me saying, "Hey, where did you get that? It's absolutely beautiful. I want that." And from then on, we were like, we know this is something that we can market, and here we are, 6 years later, Bug in the Box, still going. So, our fond of nature. Nature is absolutely amazing. Insects in itself. The colors, the texture, the crevices, the wrinkles, the bumps. We find it
The
all
patterns,
beautiful.
everything.
I mean, and that's something that we really strive here at Bug in the Box is to get people to embrace insects
It's
and
something that
nature
people
more.
think is like, oh, like people think of insects and they're like, oh, a bug. But we want to change it to people. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's something that I can have like as art, something that I can show off in my home. That's what we try to like get people to change their mentalities over insects.
If I had a dollar for when people come in here and say, "Oh, I absolutely hate a bug,"
Like I wouldn't have a
I
bug.
would not have that, but they walk in here and they end up eating with the piece, or following us on Instagram, and continuing just to come is absolutely amazing. I mean,
Like yeah, because like we get a lot of people here that come here and they're like, oh my God, I'm afraid of butterflies. and then they here and they're like, oh my god, I could actually sit down and look at a butterfly and appreciate how pretty they are and not be scared of them.
Yeah, we had a guy that was bitten by a wasp when he was a child, and he came in here and loved the way we had it decorated and the way we presented it. He ended up getting one of the largest hawk like wasps in the world, was a tarantula hawk wasp.
They're one of the largest wasps, but one of the most painful stings.
And he got it, and he took it
And
home.
he loves it. He's like, now I
loves
have
it.
it. I look at it all the time in my home.
Yeah,
It's like,
so
wow.
much fun. Especially, we love more is also the children. We love that when children come in here. So some of them are just so knowledgeable about insects and nature, and it's just such a wonderful thing to see. And that's one thing that I would like to encourage people to do is, if you sit there and just a bug is not going to hurt you, look at it, appreciate it. There's
See what they do, because they have a purpose to.
Yeah, and they're all beautiful in their own way. I mean, like I said, the bumps, the wrinkles, the patterns. I mean, when you really get to sit there and look at it, it's a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful creature. And that's one thing that we strive for, is that we want to preserve and frame it so we can be able to enjoy them forever. So we work with sanctuaries all over the world that preserve and that breed them to help repopulate. So the lifespan of
A butterfly is around like 1 or 2 weeks.
yeah, some even species a day or two. So they live a couple months as caterpillars, and once they die, they send them to us. They lay about 10 to 15 eggs. They'll keep about 3 males and 3 females. And then they release a certain population, and then whatever dies in the facility, they send them to us. So we have a good relationship with them. So we purchase from them to actually help them keep going. These are people that are actually just in their backyards in Costa Rica, Brazil, and Australia, Indonesia, that are just love insects and love their.
And it helps them out too. It helps their community, because they really don't have that many opportunities to make money. So this is like also something that helps their family too. And what else? So we do work with also with the Museum of Natural Science here in Houston. So
Yeah, if you haven't been, the Houston Museum of Natural Science here in downtown Houston, there's a big butterfly center called the Crockrell Butterfly Center. We absolutely love them.
they found us on Facebook around 2 years ago, and they actually now carry our stuff there at their gift shop too. And so they have their big facility there. So when they have butterflies that they die at the facility there, they send them to us too, and then we frame them for them too. And let me pull down some of our pieces so y'all can kind of see what we have. This one here. This is a pretty rare species of butterfly. It's the crowned hair streak butterfly. It's from Mexico to Ecuador.
Let's see if we can see it in the light.
In the light, so I can appreciate the green color of it. Yeah, so this is like a really, really amazing butterfly. Yeah, that's one. We'll pull down some more so I can see. Then we get the
We have all types of different. We have beetles. We have butterflies. We have tarantulas.
So this is another really rare one. This is the Morphosiprus. This was from Panama, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua. You can kind of see the iridescence of this blue one.
And I don't know if you can see this one with all the beetles. But we absolutely love those.
And like you said, all the different patterns and all the textures of every kind of insect, they're so unique, each one of them. It's like we love all those colors. And it's like so great when we work with insects and we get like a new type of insect that we've never worked with. It's like so amazing to work with.
Ruben and Tristan, I have a question and about you.
Yeah.
How do you what is your process of how you
Okay, yes.
them, and how do you decide how you're going to place them in those frames?
In the frame. Gotcha. Yes. So when we receive them, we actually receive them dried down. So they're dehydrated. So they're really like brittle and dry. So what we have when we receive them, we had to rehydrate them. So we actually have a rehydrator. We dip them into solution. We have that keeps the color and preserves them. So we have to rehydrate them for around a month. So once we pull them out, they're pliable. So when they come out of the rehydrator, they're alive again. You can actually move the wings, move the legs, everything. So once they're out, we pose them out how we want them. we pinned them out, and so it's like if you look at it, it's like a butterfly and then full of pins all around it. So because you have to put every single like articulation of the legs and the antenna, so you have to put like three pins for just one antenna, and like
Yeah, and Ruben has a really delicate hand. They're so delicate and so sensitive because insects they're not like a flesh. You know, when you if you ever touch a butterfly and you
their
have this
scales rub
little,
off.
it's called scales. That's what's on the tip of your fingers. That's what.
Yeah, they don't have like
color.
the color of the butterfly wings is not inside of them. It's like just the attire, like shingles on a roof almost.
Yeah, so Ruben has a delicate hand, so he's the one that really gets to display them out real well. I've broken so many wings and tore a leg, and so yeah, Ruben does it a lot better than I do.
So yeah, so after they're posed out, we pin them out, and then they have to dry around for like around 2 months. So after that, that's when we decide like on colors, on patterns for the backgrounds, if it'll look good in a black or if it'll look good in a lighter color frame, mod or ornate, or like it depends. We do a lot on our own taste, but we also do like for customers that are like, oh, I love this butterfly, but I don't like this. So we'll do custom frames for like all of our customers too. So we've done little simple frames, then we've done like humongous like big old frames with a whole bunch of butterflies and beetles too. With yeah. So what else have we done? What else?
Um, we have some other rare ones. You want to show them the other rare ones
Yeah,
of the like the Spanish moon moth?
Okay, yes. This is called the Spanish moon moth. This one is from Spain and France. This is one of the more rare, like old world moths. These are related to the Luna moths we have here in Texas in the United States. So if you look at them, they're a little similar, but like the bold areas around them, they're really like bold colors around it. It's like a really rare one here. That's one of our single ones, and then we have big composition pieces like this one up here. I don't know if I can kind of see it. Where is it? This one right here. So this one's composed of like big morpho butterflies and damselflies and Anna's 88 butterflies. So that's like one of our bigger composition pieces. Here we have some more. Yes, here we have one with a coral. Preserved coral and then butterflies. So this is a Prepona butterfly, Malayan wanderer, and purple tip butterfly. Yeah, this is the
Those are 4 purple spotted swallowtails on a big cut rose quartz, and I made a small little flower in the middle. So it looks like they're all conjugating on a flower. It's really beautiful. We love it. And then the red glider, people love red, and red is a really hard color to find in butterflies.
And it actually like there's a meaning behind red butterflies. If you actually see a red butterfly like flying around in nature, it's a meaning like a good news is on its way to you. So if everybody sees a red butterfly, be on the lookout for that. That's good news. And here we have actually the Luna moth, the one I was talking about earlier. This one's native to here to Texas. It's related to the big Spanish moon moth we saw earlier. So you'll find these in March and April. They're pretty rare to see, but people sometimes see them here in Houston. That's a little bit of our pieces that we make here.
Look at the beetle.
And then here we have one of the most heavy beetles in the world. This is called the Goliath beetle. It's from Africa. If you can kind of see the size of it compared to my hand. And the pattern too, yeah, the pattern's amazing on these. The black and white pattern. So we love to work with these type of beetles too. Here we have a display, like a brass and with some Morphomenelaus butterflies. These are from Central and South America. And this is a brass display with a sea fan coral and then the butterflies. Here we have another piece that we did. This one is with gold leafed sea fan and a blue morpho and some gold butterflies we did on here. These are all gold leaf. These are 24 karat gold leaf.
Picture on Nature's Radiance. We just did this one. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, this is a composition of a lot of different rare beetles and butterflies that we did. So we were actually going to do a show called Round Top in a interior design show. So this is gonna be one of the big pieces we took that we were gonna feature there, but since it got canceled, we put it up here in our studio.
Please take it home. If you like it, send us a message.
So Ruben and Tristan,
Yeah.
how was the virus, the coronavirus, affected your artwork and your business during this time?
Well, yeah, it was just it's a big difference. It's a big impact because
It's a trying time.
we actually this is our full time, so we actually do shows every weekend. That's how.
Sometimes even during the week.
Yeah, so we do pop ups. So we'll look for art shows.
Every week wherever.
Pop up. So we've done shows. Mostly we do all our shows here in Houston, but we've done shows in Dallas. We've done them in San Antonio. We've done in Austin. So yeah, like I said, we do them all the time. So now it's like there's nothing. There's no gatherings allowed. It's like we can't do any shows, and it's like it's really uncertain because, like I said, most of our money comes from pop ups. So it's like we don't know if like even when this passes, how people are gonna react. Are they gonna still come to art shows? Are they still gonna be like? Or like, how is it gonna work? When is all this gonna?
And we love what we do. We don't wanna lose this. We absolutely love meeting people, educating people on insects,
Exactly.
and creating something that's beautiful for somebody that lasts them forever. And this is something that we don't want to stop doing. So I mean, it's been a trying time. It has been a really trying time. From feeling since the start of 2020, feeling like you're on top of the world, everything's going great, to how your life can change in a matter of days and weeks. And something that we weren't prepared for, which I feel like a lot of us weren't prepared for. And
It's something to think about now, going towards the future, like being more prepared for something like this, happening. Because like I said, we were doing so good at the beginning of the year, and
I kept saying to everyone, 2020, I'm gonna kill it. This is my year. It's gonna be amazing. Everything's gonna be great. I had an amazing feeling, and like I said, in a matter of weeks and days.
and then we started hearing about the virus, and we were even doing shows like till before they closed everything down, and we were like, oh, it probably will pass quick. No, nobody really had an idea that this was gonna go so long. Everybody was like, oh yeah, we'll postpone till like April, and then April comes along, and now they're like, oh, we'll postpone till May, and then now they're like, oh, maybe May is gonna have to cancel, and now it's like when is it actually gonna like end?
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's scary.
We really thank Artitude for reaching out to us and helping us out and putting
and
this all
helping
together.
helping the artists right now.
It's absolutely amazing and beautiful what they're doing, what they're doing with artists and the community. It's a blessing, it really is.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing. Oh yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I was gonna say, and I'm guessing like maybe for a while this is gonna have to be like the new normal, like everything being online and like maybe even like doing art shows online or something. I don't know. Like maybe that's gonna have to be like the new thing for now.
Right. Yeah, and as an organization for Artitude, I didn't do my intro because I skipped over through the beginning. But for those of you who are watching, what we do with Artitude, we create and we support platforms for LGBTQ, queer artists, and minority artists, um, to show your work to whatever it is, and the reason why we're doing these live events too is because y'all are so used to being in galleries and other places and showing your work. So now, because of the social distancing and things like that, right now this is a good way to show your work to other people who would be interested in looking at your work, or who may not have seen your work yet. And I put y'all's website in the question, buginthebox.net, right? So
Yeah.
those of you who are watching, visit their website, look at their website, see what kind of work they're doing, but also what we're doing, because we know that artists are losing big portions of their income due to the virus. We're setting up these live events and we're asking people to donate. because these donations, we're giving 100% of the donations to the artists who are appearing in our live events. There's a banner on the top right. You can donate at artitude.org, or you can text Artitude with two T's to 44321. Um, yeah, so be generous with our artists because a lot of our artists are being hard hit right now. So I did have a question about your work. I'm always interested in the process that artists go through, because even though you're using nature, you're using insects for your work. Um, how do you what's your process of how you display them? Like how you decide where your bugs are placed and which insects you're going to use.
Well, it's all in the moment, I guess, and it's all like with colors and what I've done. Like, so I'll look at an insect and I'll be like, oh, this would look really cool with like this other insect. So it's like all like,
Yeah, so our studio is at home that we make all the stuff out of, and there'll be days where we'll get together and we'll just have everything, displayed out on the floor, and we'll either go by color or we'll go by,
Patterns
texture
or, like,
patterns, and just trying to configure it all out on the floor and how we want it to be displayed,
and make it look the best, like make it pop. Like we want the frame to complement the insect, not just to like take over it. Like we want the main focus to be like on the butterflies or the beetles or whatever we're framing. So yeah, we try to like make it a good balance of like nice framing and a good composition of the insects.
some of the cliches that we do.
Oh yeah, so we do. We also do. Yeah, like
We also do cliches.
Crochets. We started doing these. These were gonna be for the show that we were gonna do in Round Top too. So these are real preserved plants and flowers.
That's a fern.
So this is a fern, and this is a flowers. So we started doing these with butterflies, and they're all like little crochets.
Yeah, so they're all nice, high quality, preserved
Yeah.
plants and insects that you can
Yeah, and we try to keep with like using materials that are like more nature. So we'll use real plants preserved. We'll use rocks. We'll use
fans,
coral. We'll try to keep everything like we complement with insects. We'll try to keep it natural and like from nature too.
Is there like a certain group of insect or certain colors that you like to combine when you're putting these displays together?
I really like to combine blues and purples. That's one of my favorite colors to use. Tristan likes the greens.
I like the green and the yellow.
So
Oh
he
my
he
God.
like if we do something green and yellow, he's so happy. And whenever I see something blue and purple, I'm like, oh my God, that's my color right there.
Greens are absolutely. So, I mean, when you think of the colors and when you really see them on a living creature and how they're displayed, it just absolutely blows your mind. I mean, they're beautiful.
Yeah, it's like some colors are so like the greens. I know why he likes the greens. They're so like vibrant and like they're so deep. There's like the greens that he likes are like the butterflies like a top layer of green and the bottom is like a yellow, so it gives it like a almost like an iridescent green, if you could say. And the blues, I like them because the blue morphos that I really like, those are actually, they're really like this one right here. Let me tell you a little bit about the blue morphos. It's these right here. So these are actually not blue. So we're actually just seeing blue light reflected off of the scales of the blue morphos. So if you actually put alcohol on it, it'll like dampen the reflective qualities of the scales, and you'll see its actual color is brown. So the only thing you're seeing, the only reason you're seeing it blue is because it's reflecting blue light. So that's why I find it so like amazing, like these blues.
So,
Any other questions?
yeah, so you said you work from home. So this is your your business where you do your shows and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So here every second Saturday, whenever it's usual time, they have like a big art event. They open up all the studios and everybody here, like it's called Second Saturday.
Yeah, so we're in an art gallery in downtown. And during Second Saturday, we all open up our doors. We usually serve like cocktails and like some finger foods, and everybody comes out, has a good time. Bring your kids, bring the family, come out, enjoy art, and leave with some amazing, beautiful work. And hopefully that comes
That can come
back
back
here
soon.
soon.
Okay, so we're about to end our live broadcast, but if you can tell people where to find you, your website. I wrote it down, but if you can just kind of tell us where. Um,
Yeah, so we can see this. Yeah, so our website is buginthebox.net. So you can find all our new stuff on there. And if you don't see anything that you like on there, you can message us and we could do like a custom order for y'all. So we do anything you see, we could do a custom different piece for y'all.
Good.
And on Instagram, Bug in the Box, and Facebook, Bug in the Box.
Okay, great. And on the event, everywhere you can find all that information, but I'll also post it on our social media as well, where to find you. But again, Tristan, Ruben, thank you very much. It was great
Thank
to go
you.
Thank
through
you.
your studio there and you showing us your work. It's beautiful work. So,
Thank
um,
you.
and again, everyone who's watching, go to our website artitude.org or text Artitude to 44321 to donate, because 100% of these proceeds go to the artists that you're seeing here. So,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you
Stay
again.
safe.
Have a good evening.
Bye. You too.